Stumbling, trying to give you something to look at. Um, Welcome to my channel, to my stream. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to paint Flamingo tonight. Welcome to my channel because I really like flamingos. And I love pink. Now I'm going to steal this weird guy back. All right, so I've got my colors all out, my color palette here. I wanted to do it on a wide. However, I always pick the wrong one. Sometimes it's vertical, sometimes it's widthwise, and then I forget to change it. Oh, hey, Fabi Verhees. Hi, hello. Thank you for saying hello. Rich, Steven. Hi. I saw my name, Rach. All right, so I've got my canvas here. I got a bunch of white. We're going to paint some flamingo stuff. Got some crimson red. We're going to have so much fun tonight. I'm just going to paint. I'm not even going to draw. And we're just going to add some colors here. So Febby, how are you tonight or today? And where are you from? And Stephen, how was your day? So first I used crimson, then I used brilliant red. Look at all these different reds. And then there's vermilion, which is kind of a little orangier. And I think I have an orange color somewhere. Got an orange yellow. That one here. And probably somewhere between the orange yellow and one of these guys, we can get a nice orange color. And yellow is a basis for a lot of colors. So we're going to go ahead and pick a nice medium yellow. I can, let's see, I have a deep yellow. Does anyone know the best yellow to use for brightening colors? Let's see, Febby, Rachel, I'm fine. You forgot me so early. I forgot you. I thought I said hello. I didn't mean to forget you. Steve, boring, huh? Oh, so sorry to hear that. A brilliant yellow, deep yellow. I wanted a cadmium yellow. I don't even know if I own a cadmium. Unless it's in one of those big bottles I got. Let me see. Big bottle, cadmium yellow. Exactly what I wanted. All right. And I guess I must use a lot of it because I did buy a big bottle of it. Now, if these were oils, they would stay wet. And I just realized I put all the colors out and did not, and I forgot they dry really fast. So I got to spray them with water. I have two spray bottles. Neither of which I can see right now. I see a glass cleaner. That won't work. So, how have you been, Steve? Boring day today? I'm sorry to hear that. And I forgot what I was looking for anyway. I found an orange. Might as well throw a little orange in there. We're going to have some nice coloring. Put that one back. I totally forgot what I was looking for. Oh. And I'm munching on cornflakes tonight because I'm kind of in a snacky kind of mood. So we're going to paint on, this is our canvas here. And somewhere I found a beautiful bird to paint, and I can't remember which one it was. Maybe this one. Yeah, so we won't be spending a lot of time drawing, but we will be spending a lot of time painting. I did not have a boring day today myself. Bogart, hi, you're here. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How was your day today? Did you have a good day at school? I hope everything went well. I'm painting flamingos tonight, or a flamingo. So I'm getting my reference photo right here. I've got it in front of me. Or at least I did have it in front of me. Keep losing it, the darn thing. And I don't know where my spray bottle is. It can't be too far. It's probably among the spray bottle escapees. Perhaps I put one in my bag. Well, okay. I can get a bigger spray bottle, I guess. Anyway, we'll just hope that stays wet. And if I hurry up, we'll stop talking. Then we can get a faster show. So, Bogart. Hey, Lord of the Missing. Hello. Bogart. Already said hi, Lord of the Missing. Hello, welcome to my stream. And, oh, thank you for the hearts. You had a fire drill? And no fire. No, that must have been exciting. Tell you what. And let's see, that must have been, change up the day a little. Margarita, hola. Gracias for coming to my stream tonight. And thank you for the hearts. So I don't have a bird in front of me. I'm just trying, and I don't know why it keeps going back there. Okay, so flamingo, flamingo, flamingo. And I wanted a fluffy flamingo because I like fluffy ones. So I Googled fluffy flamingos. And I kind of found one. It was kind of fun. So I'm going to use him for my reference. But first I have to map him out with a lighter color. I'm going to take a little yellow down here, a little white, and we're making a pink color, believe it or not. It's kind of like more of a pinky orangish color. Get some of that dark in there. A little bit of that dark red we put in first. A little bit of the other red. So we're just using different reds. Go through a brighter red in there. So we don't want it too dark, too light, too anything. It's just kind of a medium color we're after. And I always like to scrape the paint out of my brush a little bit because it really builds up in there. So Steve, sorry you had a boring day. One of these days you'll tell me some exciting, excellent, good news like, hey, I won the lotto and I want to share with you. Maybe I can give you some good news like that. And I was so poor this week, I wanted to win the lotto. Okay. So I need to have my palette out of the way and not ruin the rest of my stuff. So I'm trying to make some room in a different way than I normally make room. And okay, my palette is going up on a shelf. And my brushes, I only have so big of a table, so I have to really try to be organized. I'm one of those people that need a lot of space. I like to just spread out and that kind of thing. Yes. So I'm just going to kind of throw up some, I don't want to waste this pink, so I'm just going to kind of throw up some of this. Where'd my palette go? This pink that we created just now. And I'm just going to kind of put it here, here. This is like part like his tail. And these are tail feathers. Let me bring this up a little bit higher. And then these tail feathers come right around like so. Yeah, so this will be good. This will be real good. Now I might as well start using my brush since it's a little hard to scrape, and it'll also help my paint go faster, or further, I mean. So just like, you don't have the same effect as you do with a palette knife as with a brush. So just to take a note of that. But the angle you hold your brushes sometimes can really make a difference. So that we're going all the way down. Whew. And when flamingos fluff up their feathers, they're usually looking for a partner. Or maybe they're trying to dry off, but I think they do. They just kind of have their own little flamingo fluff celebrations. Pull these down. Now our flamingo needs a head. So let's go ahead and we're going to mix up a couple more colors. I'm just using this base color here for now. And I don't want anything too drastic. So I'm going to do a little bit of this red orange with a little bit of white. Because we do want a variation in color, but not to overtake it. So you can see the difference here from this. It's a little bit darker. In fact, I want to make it just a teens more darker. Just a teens. I had a friend, she always used the word teens. And I'd never heard it before her for some reason. It was kind of funny. Oh God. Oh wait, it was like, this was like a couple months ago, but how are your wrists doing? Oh, you remember? Oh God, thank you for remembering my wrists. And Margarita, that what you are going to draw? Yes, see, it is a flamingo. And so from this fluff, we have a neck that comes. Okay, it's gonna be hard to see because I forgot to do the camera on the widescreen, so I'm just gonna pull it up real high, and you'll be able to see my reference photo up there as well. And so let's tilt this just a teeny bit. And I need to move my snacks. Crunching on cornflakes tonight. I don't know why, but they sounded really good. So now we have some feathers. We're going to want a little neck. And boy, if I could have a bigger table, bigger room, it would be so nice. All right. I want to be able to switch it to widthways, but I can't at this point. So then we got some feathers that come over this way, and some that come down here, and some that come down this way and go this way. So we've got all kinds of feathers here. I haven't done a flamingo in like forever. But how fun. Just wish I could find my water bottle. That's a spray bottle I use to keep my waters wet. Or my acrylics wet. I just kind of really like this color. Let's see. My wrists are doing really good. Can hardly see the scar. I still have a little marbly feeling from the surgery. Like there's a marble right there. When I push on it, it's kind of weird. But definitely feels 100% better. I don't have the pain I had before. Now in my palette, I'm going to add a little bit, whoops, more red. This is going to be for our flamingo's neck. We're just kind of like shaping it in. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Very carefully, as I'm looking at the what do you call it? Reference photo up there, which is gorgeous. I can only paint half that well. So we've got the feathers. Let me tilt this just a little bit here. Because this is actually a pretty big canvas. I forget exactly how big it is. But we want his head to be right here, coming down. This is going to be like this. Okay, this is his lighter part of his head. This is going to be more of an orangey color. Okay, and then have his head come down here. We've got kind of a point there that comes in, and then his beak comes out. So we're just kind of blocking in our shapes. And we're going to use a little bit darker colors too, toward the bottom, more of this crimsony red color. It's kind of like a shadow color because there's less sunlight down at the bottom. I don't think I have a picture of his feet. Nope. Just that. Okay. So not having painted a flamingo in like 100 years, this is going to be a bit of a new experience. Now, I want to use some orange, so I'm keeping this brush. You can see the color is mixed. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Laya. Hi, Laya. Thank you for saying hello in TXC area. T22, I remember you. Because I cannot say your name. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of putting all of my brushes and colors. This is my palette, color palette down here. Because I need two brushes. I want one for the orange, and I want one for the reds, and then one for the whites. So I have to pick a brush, and I don't know if I want a flat brush, a round brush, a filbert brush, kind of going through. Let's see, I definitely need a flat brush, and I think we have a few of those. It's kind of frayed here. I gotta find one that's not frayed, that's got a really, really sharp tip on it. And I think this one does. Ah, yes, it does. This is a good one. We'll use this one. It's got a good sharp tip on that. And what am I painting? I am painting a flamingo. Now, you can't tell because its beak isn't there right now. And I don't know why, but I have 2 water spray bottles to spray my paints with to keep them wet, and I can't see either one. I don't know where they went. How do you lose 2 of them? At the same time, it takes talent. That's what I'm going to say. It just takes talent. So in my defense, I'm going to have to hurry a little bit before all this gets too dry. Now, right up here, she's got an orange head. So I'm going to mix a little of this orange and white together. And I have quite a bit of water in my brush too. It's kind of between a watercolor and a, what would you say, and an acrylic, I guess. So this is all going to be just orange up here because that's where the sunlight's coming from. And Margarita, yes, how beautiful a flamingo is. I love flamingos, and I had to find a fluffy one today. I just really wanted a fluffy one. So I'm just bringing this orange around, and you can see my pink and my orange started blending a little, but that's okay. I'm going to just bring it down here because this is, whoops, how did that happen? Let's smooth this out a little bit. But we definitely, yeah, this will be so gorgeous. Okay, so let me clean this brush off a little bit. But I always love flamingos and how bright the colors are too, Margarita. And an axolotl, oh, is so also pretty and is pink, just like the flamingo. Axolotl, oh, are those the little dragon thingies in the water? My girlfriend has one of those. They're really cool. And they look cute, like they're smiling at you all the time. So I'm going to get a little bit more orange. I added in some of the other orange. And I should wait for that to dry, but I'm just going to pretend that it kind of is. And then we want some orange feathers down here. So we're going to add a few long orange feathers and some short feathers. The one thing too is like people are like, oh, flamingos are pink, but really in a part, just give it a little bit of a different kind of a yellow color. Just a little brighter. I'm going to throw a few of those up here. And I think we should probably make this flamingo face look like it has an actual face. There we go. Some nice oranges in there. And then we've got his body somewhere kind of around here. So we'll just say it's right in here somewhere. This will be our flamingo body. Trying to minimize the amount of brushes I'm using. So I might put the same brush in one color and then have it in another color, similar, but not quite. All right. It's got nice orange down there. And we got some splats. So just a teeny bit of water on the tip because this is really drying. This is our original color that I really would love to keep and have it not dry, but it is what it is. Because it's kind of, I think I might add a little more white to it actually. It might help. I think, what was it? We had our white and a little orange. I think it was maybe an 18th of orange. And now I'm going to add quite a bit more white to this because I'm making a new color. It's kind of a light pink, which I'm going to add a little more crimson. Oh God, you have to go to bed? Okay. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. I will miss you. You have a good night. Get your rest. You need all your beauty rest. School is hard till you get back into it. So you have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Hugs. We love you. And come back again soon. Definitely get your rest first. Okay, I'm moving this everywhere, but I'm putting in some bigger feathers. Adding a little bit of water on the tip of my brush every time. Because I want to keep this color kind of like this. And some of them I'm gonna want to have whiter. So it's going to be a nice smorgasbord of color. Which is what flamingos really are all about. They eat colorful food, produce colorful feathers, and bring beauty into our world. Margarita axolotes live in lakes, especially in the canals of, oh man, I can't say that, in the south of Mexico City. I'm trying to remember how you say it. Oxochimilco? Txera 22, like the number of 3. God bless you. Thank you. It's very, very sweet. And some of these, I need a little bit more water, a little bit more paint. Got some long feathers coming all the way out into that flamingo's neck. Down here. Yeah. And I think that's kind of getting dry, a little bit more dry. And we're going to add more white to that. Lots of white. That's why I did a whole row of white. We're going to make this nice and pink. So that'll look nice. And I've got my knife to scrape off the excess paint. Because this brush really does hold quite a large load of paint. It's surprising how much paint this brush can hold. And I really just want to add in a little bit of white. Make this a little more pinky looking. I think like that. It's a good color. And we can use our palette knife to add color, you know, if we wanted to. That would be cool and fun. I like painting with my palette knife, but this isn't that kind of a picture right now. Yeah, Margarita, thank you for all the hearts and the mangoes. And I will miss Boat God tonight. And we have not seen One Sock Fishy since school started. I hope she's okay. So let's get some of these out here. Get some of these out here. Big, long feathers. And there's a lot of white feathers. So we want to keep that nice bright color up. Mostly toward the back. And little ones toward the front too. And we want to get all these in here that were up by his neck, because there's quite a few of those. And a nice big fat one in the middle. And a nice big fat one coming up this way and over to the side. And you just kind of feel, you got to kind of just feel like you don't want to be too worried about how, you know, each feather is exactly right. You can paint realist, but sometimes it's nice just to paint. You know, it doesn't have to always be super real. Now I just got a big glob of white from my palette, which I plan on just kind of blending in different places. Just to show form and interest. And once in a while we do get a little other colors on there. That's okay, because they show up too, depending on what they eat. But we don't want to have a whole lot of that color. So we'll just wipe the brush off on a paper towel. Thank you, Margarita, for all of the hearts. Gracias, gracias. What do you call it? El corazón. And adding a little bit more. Whoops, I just lost my picture. A little bit more white and some of this pinky color in here. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get enough white tonight. And I think it'd be good if I got that flamingo face in there pretty soon. I've been really focusing on these feathers on the back, and I think it's time we gave them, you know, just a little bit more, you know, some kind of face. Poor guy, no face. All right, I'm going to clean my brush off just a little bit because we want to keep it kind of clean. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button and let me know if you like me. I'm still trying to get up to 500 subscribers, which is so sad. I've been doing this for like a year. Okay, for his beak, we're going to do mostly red. I put quite a bit of water on my my brush, getting some of this darker red and mixing it in with that orangey red to darken it up, and just smushing that around with this big fat filbert brush. So we're going to give him his beak now, and since I'm doing this freehand, it's not, it's not like it's going to be perfect, but I'm going to try really hard to get it to at least look like a beak. That way I won't beat myself up too much. And also remember, it's just paint. So even if it doesn't come out the way you think it's going to or it should, it's just paint. Now I see a little bit in his beak coming up right about here. So I'm going to give myself like a little guide. And this is kind of where his beak begins. So Margarita, ¿cómo está? And I haven't seen Norm for a while either. Now, just because he needs a beak, I want to put in these bottom feathers down here real bad, but I'm going to have to give him some kind of a face here before everybody thinks I don't know what a flamingo is. And the secret is to go down and back. But there's kind of a line there, and it kind of sticks out just a schnooby bit, like so. Now this line will lead to the black line. There we go. Giving our flamingos just a little bit better color. The undercolor is always kind of nice to just start with. And now I'm going to add a little bit of those darker orangey feathers to the bottom. So I really like that color actually. And then some of these underneath have like dark feathers too. So it's really good to notice, like in different light, the feathers look different as well. So sometimes they're lighter, sometimes darker, but underneath they're usually always darker. This is kind of my palette here. I'm just pulling down color right now, but I really like this dark color. So I'm going to have to add a little bit more to that because I want it nice and dark underneath. The pink is really pretty, but it really needs to have some of that dark, mysterious color. And then we'll do the whites, a little bit more whites. But I always like to make my reference photos mine. I don't make them exactly like I see them because I see them the way I see them. All right. Okay. So we're going back to our flamingo beak. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm blending that in because that's how it looks in the reference photo I'm using. Okay, now a good cleaning for that brush. I have barely used my flat brush. I think this would be a good time for it so I can get some nice straight lines. And the flamingos have a black beak. And that's one color I did not get out. So I have to go find my black real quick. A good one. Ooh, why am I so tired? Is it 10 o'clock? Boat God's left, so I need someone else to keep time for me. I just need to know if it's 10 o'clock or not. But I can tell it's getting close because I'm tired. Now this is a really watery black, I think. But it is a black, and my brush is much too big for what I want to use it for. But I'm going to try to make it work. So basically, our flamingo has a line like so, and sharply angles down and comes back up. Now this one goes all the way down to its body, curls a little bit and comes back up. This is a very thin paint, so it might take it a minute to dry. But I'll use some of this for an eye dot and for the mouth. So the mouth is up a little higher and it comes down a little lower. Just swings out like so. And then a little bit on the nose. We have a little bit there also. Just kind of bring it in like that. This is a very thin paint. Might have to take a paper towel to soak some of it up, actually, because there's so much of it. Okay, and before I ruin it, one nice thing about acrylics too is you can take, if I haven't lost that too, I think I just saw it though. Vodka is a good eraser. Where did I just saw a little thing and I thought, oh, maybe, oh, I know where it is. Okay. And it was kind of funny because at the time I was very young, and this is just a little thing of vodka, and then you use your Q-tips, which I usually have up here, but I must have rearranged things. I've been organizing, and you know how it is when you organize things, you can't find them. So I'm gonna have to go way over here, far away. This is also my last night free from work. I have to start going back to work in real life, and that 40-hour work week grind, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. I was out on medical leave for a while, and like almost 3 months really. Oh, look how much black that water was, or how watery it, I should say. Okay. But anyway, I have to go back to the work grind for a minute. So that's going to be really tough for me. since I've been wanting to do this full time, but I really, really need those subscriptions. And now for his eye, I'm going to go ahead and give him his eye and then can finish his body, but I think his eye should be a little yellow. Try this brush here. It's a round brush. And we'll use a little bit of our orangey yellow palette. Mix that together. So I'm looking at his eye, and it is kind of a bright orange color. And it's just a circle. I don't know if you can see that or not. So Steve, are you still on here somewhere? Yeah, this is not a very bright color, but that's all good. And it kind of comes down this way with the pink. Added a little bit of pink on there. All right, we'll add a little bit more pink in there, a little bit more water. Probably if I stood up, I could find my spray bottle. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. And bring a little bit of orange down here. And do his beak. Not too much though. I think we want it more red than orange. So mixing the perfect colors sometimes can be pretty challenging. But once you get used to it and you're doing it a lot, it'll just be second nature. And you'll know which ones go the best with what. It's been so long since I've actually said the colors that I'm using. So like right now I'm mixing, I have light yellow orange, orange, dark orange, red orange, crimson, and something else. And I'm making this into a brighter beak. Oops, come back here. And a little darker, some spots, and a little brighter in other spots. And we'll darken this up nice. We'll have to get a little more of that deep cadmium red, I think. Just get a glob there. And I'll fix that beak too in a minute. I think it's the crimson. I think the crimson was the darkest red, so we'll use some of that crimson too. And finish this right up. Oh boy, thank you for all the hearts, Margarita. You are such a sweetie. Thank you, thank you. Gracias por all the many, many hearts. I'm getting ready to throw in, well, I might as well have you watch me create this so you don't have to just listen, but I'm mixing a little of that medium red with the dark red. I threw in some white because for some reason at that time I thought it would be a good idea, but now I actually just want dark red for the underneath flowers here. Or feathers. See, I am getting tired. All right, and so he has one coming down this way. And he has quite a few. Let's get his body over here. He's got quite a few coming like this. And getting down a little lower. And then it brightens up just a smidge with some orange. Just right up here. Coming down. Right over the top. I threw in some orange and some yellow right there to make it look brighter. You can definitely see the difference. And I'm adding more water because my paint is getting dried up quickly. And I want to make sure that we have enough of this color that I want before it gets all the way too dark and dried out. All right, it's pretty quiet. Nice quiet night. Good time for thoughts. Nice positive thoughts. You want to just think something positive and like, okay, the best thing that happened to me today was, clocking out of work, getting that green light. And you've been having trouble with getting green lights because you wait till the last minute like Rachel does. And all her friends think she's going to die with their road rage, which would be me. All right. So we're just getting a little bit of the body down in here. A little bit more. Kind of in an opposite way. And I most probably should be using the wider, fatter brush, the longer one. But I'm tired. I didn't think of that until just now. That would be this one here. That one's really good for feathers. And then you just mix your oranges like so. I think everybody left me. I only have 4 people, but that's okay. Let's get that dark, 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 dark down here. This is one big bird. And then you want that light orange coming in from the top, just so. It's kind of a light orange pink. Get a little bit more of that paint there. Give our flamingo a body, a nice long body. And then I needed to find a better black because that black I have was very globby. I put all my blacks together somewhere. Oh, I think I just found them. Yay, I found, nope, those are blue. I know I put them all together because I'm like, okay, I have like hundreds of black tubes of paint, and I can't even find one right now, which is very unusual. Oh, that's fine. I have one. It's basics, liquid basics. Maybe that'll work good. Seems like there might be some paint left in it somewhere. I don't know. How is it you can lose a whole tube of black paint? I've got blue, I've got gold, I've got burnt sienna, phthalo green, not, aha, black, noir, ivory black, yes. Just going to put that right down here. Much better consistency than the other one. And I'm just giving my brushes a clean in case you're wondering. Because I did not get the camera turned sideways. And my feather brush is also the one I'm going to use for the beak. It's because it's got a nice flat tip on it. A little bit of water. This one is so much thicker. It's much better. You can probably see the difference. All right. And actually, since I have so much black on here, I'm going to throw it in with this red to get that dark color at the very bottom of its body there. Just a dark feathering. That gives it its mystery. Little dark feather here and there. All right. Very nice. And then we'll just do a little bit of red, fill in those holes. And what a beautiful flamingo we have tonight. A little bit of white up there. Just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. And I just like to see how my color just kind of does its own thing. You know, like I leave it on the brush, I'll leave some red on there and I'll leave some other color, and then it'll just do its own color thing. So it's kind of like a little surprise every time. And once this all dries, we can go over it again with our our last coating to get all the colors nice and vibrant and all the details in. And we're going to use some of that dark color right here. And I do believe it's after 10. And I have my first day back to work tomorrow. So hopefully it goes well. Thank you for sharing tonight with me. It's been an honor. And let's just give him a little bit better eye. We'll give him, let's see if we have that black is still there. I can't believe I lost all the blacks I have. This one's pretty much all the way used up. But just draw a little circle around here so you can see his eye. There we go. And we're just going to use up the rest of this red, but I'm going to add a little more white to dip where I want to dip it on the canvas here, because and I like that one big brush we have. Let's see, where is it? The big flat sharp edged one. This one right here. This is really good for fat lines, skinny lines, all kinds of lines. And I did want to lighten up his head a little bit, so I will spend a little bit of time right now with that. Just a teeny. Well, that won't work because it was still wet. See, that's what you get when you're an ADD artist. I planned on doing the bottom and I got the top. So I'm grabbing some white. Let me move this over here so you can see it a little bit better. Just gonna put white on that side and some red on this side, like that. And just go whoosh. And do it again. Whoosh. There we go. And I'm just going to take and I think I might do it one more time just for the heck of it. Nice big whoosh right there. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of orange in the middle of that. A little bit of water. And where's that white? All right. Gives it kind of a really, really different look. A little orange, a little white. And then we're going to just darken that tone right on up and bring some of those feathers down from the top. There we go. It's going to be our flamingo for tonight. except for the white, which I wanted to do later, but that's all right. This is going to be it for tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed my stream, and many, many blessings to you. And for watching, thank you so much. Let me try to get this. I'm going to have to turn it sideways a little bit, or maybe hold it way up high so you can see the whole thing. But it's definitely, and I know this is sideways, but it's the only way I can do it right now. Yeah, so it was real fun. We got his beak in there, coming around, and details take a little bit more time. So I like the fluff. The fluff is what I was going for on his feathers. You can never have enough fluff. Well, good night. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that you all have a great week. I'll see you again on Thursday around 9 o'clock. Take care and good night.